Welcome! In this second video of the music for It Takes Two, we're going to go through the in-game music, or I should say a very, very small portion of it, since we did over 13 hours of music. First, I want to show you pirate level. You're in the ship in the water, and underneath the surface there are squids and dangerous things. I love a Swedish music style called polska. It's kind of a different rhythm. You have like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'm building everything on that rhythm. Later in this fight, you are entering 3 ships that you have to fight with, and it was kind of a different. Before it was more chaotic, but when you get to this point, it's more like they wait on each other and then try to find the right shot and so on. And I wanted it to sound like this.
Hey guys, we don't have to do this. We come in peace. Hey, I don't like their cannons.
Neither do I. Attack!
When you think everything is calm and you clear the level, the music sounds like this. But you're not done yet. You had to fight the last boss here. That was Pirates, and now I want to take you to the music of the Wasp Nest. Me and Gustaf decided early that in tree level we should only use wood instruments. So I'm using a lot of strings and woodwinds here. You should have a feeling of this is the real thing. Once again, I rely very much on Orchestral Tools samples and a lot of articulations, everything from spiccato to these instruments are so nice to play with. It really feels like the real thing. However, there are a lot of things you simply cannot do on a keyboard. So in this piece, I'm also using a lot of effects. So I'm trying to write the music as I like it, almost with pen and paper. And then I just make my computer do that for me.
Whoa. I think they're bringing out the big guns now.
I don't know if anyone has spotted my little clue in the game. If we listen further in this music, I'm using Flight of the Bumblebee here. Together with my music. It's played in different sections and so on. So why am I using Flight of the Bumblebee? I thought we were in a Wasp Nest. Well, that's for you to discover if you play the game. In Tree, it was very important for us to only have wooden instruments. In Shed, however, it was the other way around. We want to use a lot of metal and brass. If we're talking about metal, why not use that music style as well? So when I came up with the music for the first boss, the vacuum boss.
This vacuum is insane!
it's a vacuum cleaner, so I want a lot of air, but kind of heavy air, and that would be the brass in my mind. But I also wanted to find some kind of heavy riff for the guitar. I down-tuned the guitar to C, so I came up with this. That would be the foundation for the Vacuum Boss music. So on top of this, I wanted to find the heaviest brass sound in the world. And luckily for me, one new brass library just came out that was called the Junkie XL Brass. And how does this sound together with the guitar? And the rest of the kit would be like this. One really important instrument for this level shed was the prepared piano. It sounds like this. That kind of becomes the engine of this music. And I want you to meet the guy behind this piano and my friend and co-composer, Gustaf Grefberg. Hello, Gustaf.
Hello.
Tell me about this awesome piano of yours.
Well, prepared piano is, in a way, a classic technique for making more unusual orchestral sounds. And basically what you do is that you open up the piano and you manipulate the strings directly instead of playing on the keys. And we wanted this level to have this metallic machine type of sound, but not necessarily have it sound digital, like sampled. So the prepared piano combined with other percussion instruments is a very good way to get this sound that sounds very mechanic. And we created a sample kit.
Every level has its own sound, has its own music style. I know you did some awesome things with the Cora.
Yeah, the Cora is actually a happy coincidence because it was something I did on the spur of a moment. I like to collect music instruments, and I actually bought this Cora from an African family, and it's made within the classical way with nylon strings, and it's really, really hard to tune.
Yeah.
I actually played the melody on each string individually because I couldn't play and tune the whole thing. So I played only the bass notes, the middle notes, and each part of it, and then combined them later in the sequencer. Which actually creates a very strange and unusual sound all by itself.
Yeah.
Which is something I love do. I love taking something that has severe limitations and then see what we can do with it, because the end result is usually something very unexpected.
I think all my synths has been turned off for a couple of years because that was your area in this game. What kind of synths did you use in this game?
For the nightclub music, I actually built my own music library, built entirely on Roland Juno 2, which is actually I sampled specifically for use for this kind of music.
Yeah, I would like to talk to you like for a week about this awesome collaboration that we had. Thank you so much for now.
You are welcome.
In this game, I wanted to use real instruments as often as I can. So even if it's a big symphonic orchestra piece, I want to at least do all the percussion live. So this is my percussion ensemble. One thing that keeps coming back is I love snare drum ensemble. And the way I do that, I have this, of course, the first snare. And then I have this piccolo snare. And also, I love this one because it's a tom, but it can become a snare when I need it to. And together, they're my perfect snare ensemble. And when it comes to the toms, this kit is kind of a compact living kit, but it sounds really good. Very often I tend to record them just one at a time, so I might go... And then I do the same thing with the low drum, just dub it. If we listen to the toms in this particular piece, they're quite heavy, and often that is what you want. And you could think maybe that these are really big toms, but they're not. And just recently, this might sound stupid, but I discovered, well, drums actually sounds quite good as drums. So just changing the stick on this. Tends to sound a lot more like a tribal drum than something you collect from somewhere. And talking about changing sticks and things like that, also when it comes to cymbals, I have one. I actually have one more. This doesn't sound so good, but I use this one. It's perfect for kind of roll sounds, but also like a normal crash. And actually as a ride cymbal as well. And then we come to my two favorite drums, because they can do so much, these rototoms. First of all, you can actually do timpani with them if you like. These kinds of things, but most of the time I tend to use them like when you really need it to hit the ceiling, especially this one. I love them. And also, it's so, when you're talking about sound design, it's so easy just to tune them. And also, I actually have these two just tourist versions of djembe and darbuka. And in this particular game, they have a clear role. These two is when you get really stressed, like in all the skating and all the grinding.
Yeah!
So these are you could call them the grinding percussion in the game. Everything that I have percussion-wise, I tend to bend and stretch and see what more I can get out of them. Yeah, that's my percussion. Thank you all for watching. In the next video, we're going to talk about just one instrument.